Welcome to Virtual Drupa 2021 and welcome to the Kyocera European Experience Center. From here we are presenting all our presentations through live streams to you, it's like the session that you are watching right now, but also into one-to-one demonstrations that you can book through the Drupa platform at the Kyocera website and have your one-to-one meeting scheduled there. So, welcome, my name is Marcel Ebenhorst, and in today's sessions we're going to focus a bit more on direct mail applications, showing you the ease of use, the productivity, and also explain how that can improve your business. But before we go into the presentation of our first award-winning Inkjet platform, I would like to give the word to our European President, Mr. Takuya Marubayashi.
Welcome to Kyocera at Virtual Drupa. As President and on behalf of Kyocera Document Solutions Europe, it is an honor to be part of the very first online edition of Drupa, a historic event which has showcased the very best of printing technology to the world since its foundation 70 years ago. We would love to be meeting you face-to-face in Düsseldorf, as we all expected last summer. But the world has thrown us new challenges. We have grown to adapt and overcome them, building towards a brighter tomorrow. At Kyocera, it is what we stand for. Our founder, Dr. Kazuo Inamori, taught us to aim high. We focus on innovation and breakthrough to help organizations reach new heights for efficiency, cost reduction, and quality. That's why we are proud to be here to present our debut groundbreaking Inkjet production printing solution, the TaskAlpha Pro 15000C, to a global audience. The TaskAlpha Pro 15000C reinforces our ambition of bringing together the best of humanity and technology together to create a brighter tomorrow. This ambition is defined in our philosophy to do the right things as a human being. Since we launched this latest innovative platform, the device has already demonstrated to be one of the strongest and best possible solutions in the market of high-volume printing. We put our legacy of inkjet technology to work and provided a solution to businesses of all shapes and sizes, providing an ideal entry-level production print device. As part of Virtual Drupa 2021, which runs from 20th to 23rd April, you will be able to meet the device yourself. We will be hosting two special virtual sessions. These will focus specifically on the areas of transactional printing and direct mail. I'm sure that both sessions will prove to be extremely informative for those seeking new ways to boost both productivity and the quality of print output while keeping cost to minimum. I also encourage you all to take advantage of the personalized one-to-one session opportunities available. Our brilliant team of experts from across the world will be more than happy to help with any question you may have, tailored to your needs. This is the start of an exciting journey and one that we can't wait to begin. Learn, get involved, ask us questions, and most importantly of all, enjoy Virtual Drupa 2021.
So, as you could hear, Kyocera's decision to move into production print is a strategic decision, and we are planning to expand into this business in the near future. For today, I would like to start the introduction just by showing you a few slides explaining the Kyocera TaskAlpha positioning and the Kyocera legacy. So with the world looking forward to open up again, we expect many companies to have a need to streamline their processes. Cost optimization, reliability, and consistency were always key focus points for the printing industry. But we believe even more now, they are looking for a sustainable future, a brighter tomorrow where operation has adapted to the new environment and how we communicate. We believe that print still holds a strong position in communication and is able to add more value to your message. Kyocera has made the strategic decision to become a major force in inkjet production print. starting with our first groundbreaking platform for cutsheet inkjet that can fit providers from all sizes, not just the biggest players. As inkjet started in transactional print, there were still many limitations, such as minimum monthly volume of a couple of million connected to continuous feed systems, media flexibility, color quality, managing short runs, etc. With our first inkjet cutsheet platform, the Task Alpha Pro 15000C, we can provide an affordable system with all benefits that inkjet can provide and adding more media flexibility, with the exception for offset-coated stock, great color consistency, a low maintenance and a high productivity. And although this is the first inkjet platform we launched to the market, we are not new to inkjet. Kyocera is long recognized for manufacturing printheads and building the most reliable MFPs. This is just the first time that we combine both into our own inkjet platform. So our experience, together with a familiar optional interface from EFI Fiery, will provide a smooth integration with your current workflow. So as mentioned, Kyocera knows how to build long life and high quality printheads and machines. The Task Alpha Pro 15000C is targeting various applications. We do not need any special treated paper, but we do achieve a more vibrant result on inkjet treated media, with the additional benefit that the ink consumption goes down when printed on this paper, so the total cost of print does not need to go up. During our demonstrations, we will give you a quick look on the most common applications like direct mail, educational workbooks, or some security or value print. In order to meet your expectations on cost saving, we are aiming for monthly volumes between 150,000 to 1 million impressions per month. As we do not use any high temperature for fusing or drying, we can print at rated speed on all paperweights within the machine specifications. This also results in low energy consumption, and still our machine has a relative small footprint compared to others. Kyocera is introducing its own ink and is in full control of their development and improvements. We are building the heads as well, and inkjet is providing the best color consistency, as we are not mixing toners, we are not adjusting temperatures, we just spray ink on paper in a very fast and productive way. We can already provide a working configuration starting from 3 meters long up to 8 meters 20 for the full configuration. No need for high power voltage, just simple 220 volt sockets will do the job. Depending on your requirements, we will offer the most suitable configuration to maximize your productivity. And with the optional Fiery controller, we can provide full integrations with most existing workflows, optimize your media profiles, and automate your make-ready processes. So if you are a print service provider, a marketing service provider, or looking for streamlined productivity for your in-house print room, the Task Alpha Pro 15000C can take care of your transactional documents, corporate communication print, educational workbooks, and more. So our Task Alpha Pro 15000C was launched in November 2019, and since then we have been able to put a nice number of machines into the market. I deliberately say nice because obviously we were targeting for more, but the lockdowns kind of put off the brakes on our customer demonstrations. But we will catch up on that. The number of machines that we did put in the field are really living up to their expectations. So we have found out many entries already in professional printers that are really been able to push the volumes onto our inkjet platform. And in multiple occasions, we already managed to place a second machine in order to handle the growing amount of volume. So as you can see here in my back, we have the Task Alpha Pro 15000C installed. And with these installations, we are supporting our sales channels for instance, color profiling, media profiling, demonstrating complicated workflows, doing demonstrations or remote support. So that is all the support that we are putting in place. And now I would like to introduce you to Dion Webner, who is our expert production print solutions. And he will do a quick run through to the machine we have in the back and explain it by component. So Dion.
Thank you, Marcel. Good day and welcome to Virtual Drupa 2021. So as explained by Marcel, I'm just going to take you through a quick run through on the different components that we have on this machine, just so you have a bit of a better understanding of how everything works. So on the side here, we've got our high capacity feeders. We say high capacity because these volume trays can hold up to 2,400 sheets of paper per tray. These are vacuum fed paper tray units, so featuring a vacuum feed head that pulls the paper into the tray within an air separation system that can be customized for different types of paper, with how we separate the sheets to really ensure optimum uptime and optimum feeding reliability. We then have a optional multi-purpose tray fitted on the top here, which we can use for short run work. So just quickly load small batches of paper into that tray, and capable of handling or printing banners from this tray also. You do have the option then to add an additional vacuum feed tray onto the side of the machine if so required, therefore expanding your input capacity. Then moving on to the actual main engine itself. So again, as the name suggests, Inkjet, this is truly what we do with this device, is we literally just jet ink onto paper. So a very, very small footprint, and also meaning very, very few moving components compared to other technologies out in the field. This really ensures uptime and gives you maximum productivity when this device is running. A trained operator can be skilled up to replace a couple of the core components in this device, and again, therefore ensuring that your uptime and your productivity stays where it needs to be. Then moving across to our drying unit. So literally what we have here is, we call it a drying unit, features a set of 6 just high-powered fans to basically just get the last bit of moisture out of your sheets and truly deliver a straight and 100% dry printed media piece into your delivery, depending on where the media needs to go. Then going into our stacking unit that we have in the back here, this is an optional high capacity stacker that we have on the device. So capable of handling up to 5,000 sheets of stacked print that we can then run onto a removable cart. The cart can be pulled out and we can replace it with another cart. Or additionally, a customer can install 2 of these units back to back, which then really means uninterruptible workflow. So once one fills up, it automatically flows over to the next one, and then you can clear the first one and have it back in production as soon as the cart is ready. Then looking at our finishing unit at the back here. So here again, we just have a document finisher that can be attached to the machine. 3 exits on here, so a top exit for quick exit work. Stacking tray at the back that can hold up to 4,000 sheets of stacked print, and then a optional booklet maker attachment at the bottom, so a customer can run inline finished booklets through this machine, featuring a saddle fold option on there. Then also integrated hole punch and stapling units. That's just a quick run through on what we have here. And back to you, Marcel.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dion. And again, I want to stress out for those who are really interested to learn our machine in a bit more detail, we really invite you to make that one-on-one appointment where we can do your personal Q&A, your personal demonstration on our platform. Go to the Drupa website, go to the Kyocera platform, and go through the matchmaking tool and find your right spot there. So as we now continue, we've seen the machine a little bit more detail, and I would like to explain a bit more now on where this is positioned best. So as already told by Dion, we see that the media handling is a quite strong USP for us. We can handle media anywhere from 52 GSM all the way up to 360. But as we do not use any primer in our media and we are fixing the ink at a very low temperature, this also means we are at this moment not able to print on offset coated stock. This does mean that we do have good alternatives available, mainly through the big manufacturers like Crown van Gelder and Mondi, who are supplying us with an excellent range of already inkjet treated media, for instance, matte silk and premium silks that are performing very, very well with a high color consistency and also give you that nice smooth look and feel. So, but please have in mind that also on non-treated media, we have no issue on producing that as well. So that brings us to our first demonstration. We would like to focus a bit more on applications. So we'll start off with direct mail.
So talking about direct mail, or in this case, what you're seeing there is variable data. So in this application, we're actually utilizing Fiery's Freeform or EFI Freeform. That is a standard part of the software that comes on our Fiery RIP. The new version of Freeform that you see here is just going one step above. So getting away from just doing the normal variable of name, surname, and address. This truly gives you the ability to now be able to do variable data, so variable images, variable text, barcodes, QR codes. All of these can be integrated into a simple design. An operator but designs that, it's able to preview, see what the whole job looks like. This is all done on a base PDF file that the operator brings in, then attach it to a database, and in the database then you can assign all of these different variables and tell it exactly what each field does. They then save this file, and you can either then print this file, preview this file. The file has to, however, be printed on a Fiery-driven engine to give you the right result.
Yeah. So we do highlight quite a bit on the preparation phase because we do still believe that the power of a direct mail piece with variable data is not really being utilized to the maximum. Even though if we are already been able to merge data for more than 25 years, if you look at the combined mail piece, like a printed mail piece, combined with the right variable data and the right data fields, this can really result into an average customer attention of 30 seconds per communication. The main reason for this is because this printed mail piece comes at your customer's doorstep instead of an overly crowded inbox. So the challenge we see in this type of application sits more with the fact that you need to be able to understand how to manage your data correctly. So the right design with the right color combined with the right variable data and the right message can really improve your customer response. So the ROI of this printed media will come from your conversion rate and your customers really acting on your offer. So, and another benefit in this type of communication that it can even strengthen your brand awareness and even build your customer relationship if done correctly. So you have to keep in mind, of course, when managing data, you have to be compliant with the GDPR rules in your country. And you can see from the output as well, even with higher coverage applications, it comes out completely flat, completely dry, and ready to move into your finisher. Even when you're putting QR codes on the page, the density is strong enough to be recognized. So then we move to educational book. So educational book, I think, yeah, that's a strong proposition there for education. We see lots of opportunities, mainly for universities, for example, where there's still a lot of communication being done in print. For instance, your syllabi, your handouts, your workbooks, even your exams. But even if you're a publisher that is mainly targeting the educational print market, also the same applications are applicable to you. What we see, of course, the big advantage of print on demand with regards to books is that you don't need any stock. You're never outdated in terms of content, and also it means your capital is not being caught up in the high stock. And also, if time expires, you don't need a big waste and redundancy of your investment. So coming again, yeah, we see challenges. Well, we see some challenges, of course, in the book market, not just for the educational book, but this is applicable for the whole book market.
Yep. As can be seen on this example as well, we're just quickly running a very high professional finished booklet coming out of the end of the machine. This is all done in a very easy setup process for the operator. Again, the output is delivered 100% dry, 100% writable. This is just done on a 90 gram stock for the operator. Easily to write on this. There's smudge free. The designs are 100% done. This is in duplex, 90 GSM. You can see that 100% straight and ready for delivery.
Okay, then our next application, what we want to highlight is the voucher. With the Task Alpha Pro Inkjet, of course, we do not use any fusion temperature and we do not use any forced drying. So that also makes us able to print on, for instance, pre-foiled media. So with the pre-foil, depending on your design, of course, you can design real nice applications like tickets, value-added print, vouchers, so that is already producible in one go. Similar goes, for instance, for perforated paper. Also there, we can print both at full rated speed without any issue, with the same quality and the same productivity. We do not print, of course, on top of the foil for the same reason as we do not print on offset coated stock. The foil is basically a closed surface, making it unable to penetrate from an ink point of view. Yeah, also one highlight is that the Kyocera has a masking function, automated masking function.
100%.
Yeah.
Then looking at envelopes again, as discussed in one of the previous sessions, this time looking at envelopes in the direct mail kind of market. As we mentioned, a lot of the collateral going out to the customer, the first impression that that customer is going to get of the mail piece he's receiving is, of course, the envelope. So you really only have one opportunity to do this right. So looking at the chance of taking that envelope, being able to do then a nice variable design, match it with color and have the right message even on the envelope really gives you the advantage for that customer to scan through his mail and really pick out the mail piece, because that's what stands out when he's basically going through that. Looking at also then, as we've mentioned, we print on industry standard envelopes. So again, no high fusing needed on this device. So we can print on normal litho standard envelopes that you run in the field, and even something like this with quite a high coverage, high design, the envelopes are coming at 100% flat, 100% at rated speed. And if need be, if you want a bit more, you can slow the device down to print more closer to the edge. Then looking at one of the other applications, which we call mixed media run. So again, giving the customer the ability to run from multiple paper trays and being able to collate a job in sequence, pulling in from all the different paper trays. In this example, we're basically running from 6 paper trays. So the job's been set up to basically call for the job right tray selections from each tray, set up in a PostScript file, purely dropped into the system, and everything is recognized automatically. The trays are all coming up as the run starts, and you see your output collated, each in different colors, coming through, giving you a final pre-collated output as it comes through the device. So the customer really has no finishing to be done after this, except for shipping. Then getting back again to our fiery front end, as mentioned, we've partnered with EFI on this to really give us that high-powered RIP solution that we want, with a very, very good set of software items that come standard on the Fiery. There are a couple of options depending on what the customer wants to go with. One of the key things that we found with the Fiery is being 100% JDF compliant. We really have the ability to integrate with existing industry workflows out there, as well as some third-party workflows that we can really integrate with. We can pick out the right job commands coming from these workflows and really be able to steer them down to the machine and be able to produce a very fast and reliable output with minimal integration for the customer. One of our key acquisitions that you would have seen lately is our partnership with Solomar. So really there we've gone into the AFP IPDS segment and really been able to identify a couple of customers who requires that AFP IPDS data stream coming down. So we've integrated with 2 very big print service providers, being able to run the IPDS transform seamlessly on the back end, and then be able to run all throughput onto our device with that. So, and one of the key things there is the first line support for the solution is all coming from us here at Kyocera. So again, as we mentioned, we might be new to this industry, but we really do know how to put our knowledge to work.
Okay, so with that being said, I think we are already getting close to the end of our session. So before we go to the Q&A, I just wanted to have a short summary on the main highlights and the main advantages that Inkjet and our Task Alpha Pro 15000C has to offer. So as mentioned in the presentation, we do realize a real sharp and consistent color quality that is already accepted by real strong brands like banks, major banks, logistic companies that all put a great emphasis on color consistency and vibrancy. So next to that, of course, you have seen the high productivity at full rated speed, so no issues with any kinds of media or specialties. And as John just mentioned, we do have quite an experience on how to integrate with existing workflows or set up completely new workflows. Next to that, you have seen the machine has a relatively small footprint, use very little power, only 220 volt, that fits into your right standard sockets. And most important of all, for all the people who want to have offline finishing or nearline finishing, the media that we put out is completely flat, completely dry, and ready to take immediately to your finishing equipment. So that brings us to the end of the session. I just want to highlight that, of course, you can still book our one-to-one demonstrations. We invite you to go to the website, to go to the Kyocera page of the Drupa, and then you can see not just us to get immediate contact, but also you see all our local representatives. So if you prefer to have communication in your own language, you can pick and select and make a direct appointment with either of them. So yeah, so that concludes this part of the session. Then we'll have some quick time for Q&A. Yeah, there's something in between. So do you have
Any
A plan
plans?
to improve the resolution of your printing speed. Resolution and printing speed, or?
Yep, resolution and printing speed.
Okay, well, obviously, as mentioned in the beginning, we do have a long-term plan, so we are in this business to expand. At this moment, I cannot really disclose what comes in our near future, but we are definitely going to be up to pace with what the market demands. What type of customers or industries are already using this device? Yeah, that's a good question too. So of course we are focusing a lot on, in our story, on print service providers, marketing service providers, but we are already also installed in universities, in banks directly, and so we have quite some quite balanced out customer base.
Does Task Alpha Pro 15000C need a 2mm print margin? So the way the technology in the machine works is we do need some white space around the sheet when we print. As mentioned, the way the technology works is how we jet it onto the sheet. So the minimum margin that we need will be a 2mm all the way around the edge of the sheet to be able to produce it and cause less contamination.
How is this device positioned against other competitor devices? Well, if we're comparing ourselves, of course, in the inkjet, cut sheet inkjet industry, then what we see is, again, coming back to the small footprint, and I think most important is our low entry point. So we do not require that 750,000 as a minimum monthly volume. We can start much lower than that. And also in terms of initial investment, I think you would find us much more attractive.
Where is Kyocera located in EMEA, in the whole EMEA region, and how can we contact you for demonstrations? So obviously we are headquartered in the Netherlands. We have multiple sales companies available in multiple regions of Europe. Demonstrations can be done either remotely from us here, where we can do a virtual demonstration, or we do have some demonstration centers up and running with some of our partners and so on out already. So please reach out to us on a separate question, and then we can definitely get you in touch with the right person.
What is the average monthly volume of the machine? Well, of course, we set the bandwidth anywhere between 150,000 to 1 million A4s a month. We do see now in practice, as mentioned, we are installed with a couple of bigger print service providers, that they are really maximizing the monthly volume productivity, and sometimes even going above, and that even without any issues or any major delays. Yeah, so I think we should finalize here. Again, if you have more questions, reach out to us directly, book that one-to-one meeting. And for today, we would like to thank you for your time and attendance, and so hope to speak to you very much soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marcel. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.